What's up, you guys? Welcome back to another episode. On this week's haul, we have three different products or three different guns from Century Arms, and we're gonna go ahead and just jump right into it because it's gonna be a pretty cool video. And the first two, if you don't know who John Moses Browning is, I suggest you go down below on a couple of videos. I want to say, I don't know, 4 or 5 videos before we kind of jump into and we tell you who Mr. Browning was. But if you don't know, go check those videos out and it'll tell you who he is. But in a nutshell, he was a designer, a firearms designer, creator of the high power, the 1911. And, you know, he was such an iconic person from the 19th to the 20th century and all the things that he developed. Again, go check those videos down below and get informed on who Mr. Browning was. But we're gonna jump right into it, and I'm gonna show you something right here. This is the Centurion 14, I believe. Yeah, this is a Centurion 14 from Century Arms. Now, what's pretty cool about this is, like I mentioned before, Mr. Browning, he designed a lot of freaking awesome guns. And this is one of them. And now this is a duplicate. So if you try to find one nowadays from 1935, I believe is when the high power was designed by him, it's going to be very expensive and they're pretty hard to find. But there is a couple of duplicates, a couple companies that make duplicates, and Century Arms is one of them. And now this one is imported from Turkey, which is pretty freaking cool. It is an all steel frame, and it's y'all, like, this is pretty freaking cool. But this right here is the Centurion 14. It's a high power. It is a double stack, as you can see. It is chambered in the 9mm. And even though it is a duplicate, it does have a lot of the original designs that Mr. Browning came out with. And so when I saw this and saw the price, I was like, man, this is something very affordable that I can throw in my safe and kind of bring out to the range when I bring family members out or friends who aren't, I don't want to say knowledgeable, but let's just say if they're beginners, right? And they're looking at all the new cool stuff that's out there. I like bringing some of the older guns because when you give it to them, they're like, whoa, what is this? And then you're like, well, this here, for example, let's talk about this one. This is the Centurion 14 from Century Arms, and this is a duplicate of a high power. And once they ask, well, what's a high power? Then you kind of, you know, here you go, here, look at Mr. John Browning and educate yourself a little bit and see what he came out with and developed. And so this is one of them. Like I said, this is the high power, this is the duplicate. And I can't wait to take it out to the range. I love, every time that I get a gun, going to the range, running some ammo through it, and then putting them away and doing what I just said, when we take family members out and friends and just handing this over to them and watching them light up is just, it's super cool. But yeah, it does have the skeleton trigger on it. I'm sorry, the skeleton hammer on it. It is a double stack. It is chambered in the 9mm. It's an all steel frame. And that trigger, I've been pulling on it quite a bit. It's pretty nice. But let's get it out to the range. Let's put some rounds through it, and then I'll give you guys, you know, my honest opinion when we get out there. And so yeah, let's get the next one, the next pistol that we also picked up this week. I'm telling you guys, every time that I get the emails of, you know, the older guns, I'm like, I need one. And the price range on these you can't beat. So if you're, you know, looking to pick something up like this, you know, go check them out and, you know, get one for yourself. All right, the second one that we picked up, this is the Centurion 11. And this here, one of them, I gotta say, if you're a fan of 1911s, then this is gonna be for you. And then again, we were just talking about Mr. Browning. This is another gun that he designed. Look at that beautiful thing. This here is a 1911. If you're gonna buy a duplicate and you're gonna want to keep the original feeling and the original ammo, then you have to go with a 45 ACP. I mean, if you want a duplicate of a 1911 and it's something that you're going to put in your safe, then you have to go with a 45 ACP. Although they do make them in 9mm, and we've had a few of those here on the channel before, and I love them. I really do. But I feel like if you're gonna look into purchasing a 1911 and it's gonna be part of your collection and whatnot, it has to be a 45 ACP, in my opinion, because you just have to. I don't have a lot of 45 ACPs in my safe. I used to have a lot of 1911s, and slowly but surely they were taken by my father, because every time that he comes here, he has a tendency of going through my safe and being like, oh, I don't have one of these, and he takes it. And which is fine, I don't care. It's my dad, I love him. He can have whatever he wants in that safe. But I don't have many of them. I do have a few in the safe, a few 1911s that are chambered in a 9mm. And so I was doing inventory and I was like, you know what? I don't have that many 45 ACPs in there, so let me look into that. And this is another one that popped up. Like I mentioned, Century Arms does such a great job of importing a lot of these guns from Turkey, who you know, we never know if they're going to be scrapped or thrown away, and they're never going to see the light of day. They go and they save a lot of those, and they bring them back here, and they sell them at a very reasonable price to us. And so I ended up picking one up, which I was pretty excited about, and adding it to my collection. But yeah, this is the Centurion 11, chambered in a 45 ACP. We're gonna take it out to the range as well. We're gonna put some ammo through it, run her, and then put her away. And then the next time that we go out to the range, which I do have some friends who recently moved to the great state of Texas from, let's just not say from where, because you know, we're trying to introduce them to the Texas way and forget about that other state that they came from. And you know, they don't have a lot of knowledge when it comes to weapons. They kind of want to be introduced to a lot of the stuff because they want to protect themselves, and I don't blame them. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start them off with a 22, build their confidence up, then we'll move over to a 9mm, and then eventually a 45 ACP. But I'm going to introduce these guns like the second or third time that we go to the range, so that they can, you know, familiarize themselves with older guns and be like, oh, what is this? Well, this is a 1911. This is a high power, chambered in a 9mm, and this is, you know, the story behind it, and then kind of introduce them to that, and then hopefully they start doing their own research. They do their own, you know, they look into the history of it and learn a little bit about it, and then hopefully that gets them hooked, and they continue to go out to the range and, you know, exercise their Second Amendment. But yes, this is the second one that we picked up. This is the 45 ACP Centurion 11. And now let me show you the one that I'm really excited about, because I've been wanting one of these for a long time, and you can find them. They're just very expensive. But this one was very affordable and a reasonable price. So I knew I had to pick one up. Let me grab that real quick. This is a big box. All right. I'm gonna show you the mag real quick, and let me see if any of you guys can guess what this mag goes to. And if you know, let me know down below before we even say anything, so don't cheat. And if you guess right, I might just send you a t-shirt. But yeah, let me know what you think. What you think it is. All right, here we go. This right here. This right here is the CA3. Now this is a very, I've been wanting an original, which is a G3, the very iconic G3 from H&K. If you don't know what the G3 is from H&K, I suggest you go back and visit one of our old videos as well, where we talk about the G3 and you know, the specifics, the history behind it. But this is another one of those that Century Arms was able to get a hold of And now this is a duplicate, and they are calling it the CA3. It's chambered in a 308, and that's where this mag goes. But yeah, it's a duplicate of the very iconic G3 from H&K. These kind of all fall in that FAL, the FAL era and time period and whatnot. And I've been a fan of them. I've been wanting one for a very, very long time. So when I got the email from Century, what they were releasing, what they had dropped, and what they were selling, I knew I had to get one. And we picked it up. We're gonna take it out to the range. We're gonna put some rounds through it, and then I feel like this is gonna be one of those that I'm gonna end up carrying when we go pig hunting or something. Because who doesn't want to grab, one of these and just pull it out while you're pig hunting with iron sights and just, hit a bunch of them pigs as they're running. And that's literally why I picked this up. I knew I wanted one. I knew for a long time, and I was like, you know what? Here we are. Here we go. Let's just do it. And this is it here. So these are the 3 that I picked up from Century Arms this week. And again, this is the CA3. We have the Century Arm 14 and the Century Arm 11. The 14 being the high power and the 11 being the 1911. So let's get out to the range. Let's put some ammo through this. Let's run them and see what I think about them and see what you think about them. But yeah, let's pack up. Let's head down to the range and let's have some fun. All right, guys. So we made it out to the range, and as you can see, it's a little toasty. It's nice and sunny today. Of course, the day that we come to the range, it's got to be like this because all week has been in the 70s and maybe mid 80s, and it's been perfect. But the minute that I decided to step outside the house and come film this video for you guys, it gets hot. Of course, make it hot for the burn guy. But we're out here. We're gonna take some rounds through the Centurion 14, which is their version of the high power. We got 1 mag full. It's a 9mm. And then we have the Centurion 11, which is their version of the 1911 chambered in a 45 ACP. What I didn't mention earlier at the house, what's pretty cool about this is it does come in this pretty awesome case, but it has its own cleaning kit. So whenever you're done, you can just grab it, clean it, put it back, and then you're done. Both of them have the same thing. And this one does come with, if you have kids at home and whatnot, and you want to protect the trigger and put it in safe mechanisms, you can, which is great. I always recommend that. And that's another topic, guys. Make sure if you do have weapons at home and if you have little ones around and they're running around, and make sure your guns are safe, guys. It's very, very important. It's good gun etiquette. Make sure your guns are stored away and they're safe. And teach your kids about gun safety, because it's very important and they need to learn about it. As a responsible gun owner, your kids should always know gun safety and gun etiquette, and it's something that you need to pass on. But enough of that. Let's load up this. I'm gonna go with the 14 first. Let's shoot the 9mm, and then we'll move up to the 45 ACP. So let's get them loaded up and take some rounds down range. High power here. Nice. So I do gotta say, I've shot a high power from 1935, and this feels just like it. Like in the hands, that trigger, I don't know if you guys saw me there, a little bit kind of jerky. That was on me, I should know better. But overall, man, it's a fun gun. It really is. Like, it's what you expect from back in those days. And it's just that nostalgia type thing where, like, I'm shooting it, I'm kind of thinking like, man, I wonder what those times were like back in the day, But yeah, this is their version of the high power. And yeah, I liked it. Not bad. I'm glad I put a mag through it. So yeah, all right.
let's grab the 11 and let's grab our mag. We got 8 rounds of 45 ACP in here. Here we go. Woo, yeah, baby. I mean, come on now. It's a 1911. You gotta like just love the way that these guns run, the history behind it, and the fact that a lot of companies are stepping up to recreate it and bring it back. I love that it's a very affordable. It's just, I mean, guys, it's a 1911 for God's sake. Like, what else do you want? I can't, I'm not gonna sit here and break it all down because it's a 1911. You should know by now. But yeah, that was pretty freaking fun. I'm gonna pack these up because that's literally what I wanted to do. I wanted to come out here, put a mag through them, just run them, and now I have 2 awesome guns that once I bring family members, my nephews, my nieces, friends, I'll bring them out to the range, and this is the guns that we're gonna run. So I'll be honest with you, I just kind of wanted to put a mag through that. The one that I'm excited for is the CA3 that's back there. So we're gonna go back, load up some rounds, and then just let that baby eat, man. I'm gonna feed that baby. So let's get back over there. Let's load up some mags, and let's continue to have some fun. Walking up with this feels like, yeah, oh yeah. All right, guys, so the moment that I've been waiting on, the CA3. This is a clone of a GA3, like I mentioned earlier, H&K G3. And I've been wanting one of these for a long time, guys. What I love about this is, look at this. Any gun that you gotta slap, come on now, come on. All right, here we go. Man, that thing is freaking awesome. This is the CA3 from Century Arms. I mean, come on, how much fun was that? Dang, dude, this is so freaking cool. This is my favorite today. Everything that we shot today, it's okay. This right here, CA3 by Century Arms. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you guys enjoy this video. Let me know. That's so awesome. Let me know if you guys enjoyed it, and if you're new to the channel, please drop a comment, drop a like, and hit that notification button. It helps a lot, and make sure you subscribe as well. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I love you. Have a great one. I'm gonna get out of this sun because it's pretty toasty today. I'm gonna get home and just get ready for the weekend. I hope you guys have a good one. I love you. I'll see you guys next week. Until then, crispy on.
What do you do when you're not at the range?
I love rubbing and touching my meat.
Tell me a sound that's better than this.